Hello everyone. Wow, what a start to the book of Revelation Nick brought to us on Sunday. When he mentioned to me that we were going to be preaching through Revelation, I was amazed because I'd already started a study looking at Revelation a few weeks beforehand. So I hope that this little devotional will bring some further insight into chapter 1. Chapter 1, verse 1 in the NIV starts, the revelation of Jesus Christ. But in the Passion Translation, it reads, the unveiling of Jesus Christ. And it's left a little bit ambiguous. Yes, it's about Jesus and what's going to happen in the future, but it's also the unveiling of Jesus in his glory and majesty. So who is the real Jesus? Nick has a lot of commentaries on Revelation. I've got quite a few, and I was reading in the Christianity magazine an article by Phil Moore, who leads a church in London, and he was talking about Revelation, and I thought, that looks like it will be a really good commentary. So I bought his commentary, and he really fired my imagination in his first chapter. And he said something like this, that John probably knew Jesus better than anyone. He was an apostle. He was one of the first to follow Jesus. He was part of the inner circle, so he was exposed to things that not many other people saw. Some of the miracles that Jesus did, he was right there witnessing it. He witnessed his transfiguration. He looked after the mother of Jesus, Mary, when after Jesus' crucifixion. And so he had opportunity to learn about Jesus' early life and his adolescence. He saw Jesus crucified. He outran Peter to the empty tomb. He saw the resurrected Jesus in the upper room on the shore of Galilee, probably at other times. And he was there to witness the ascension. John knew Jesus better than anyone. It says in John chapter 21, verse 25, Jesus did many other things as well. If every one of them were written down, I suppose that even the whole world would not have room for the books that would be written. There was a lot more that John could have written about Jesus. Nobody knew him better. But John himself needed more. He needed to know Jesus in his glory as the King of Kings. He needed his vision of Jesus expanded and enlarged. Quoting Phil Moore, he says this, at the Last Supper, John reclined on Jesus' breast, but when he saw him in glory, he fell at his feet as though dead. Nobody knew Jesus better than John, but he needed to see him as he is now, and so do we. If our vision of Jesus is purely formed by our reading of the Gospels, by the images that we have taken on board from films about Jesus, then we are in danger of worshipping a false Jesus, of worshipping an idol. Again, quoting Phil Moore, we need the book of Revelation to save us from the sin of idolatry. There is a real danger that unless we see Jesus in the pages of Revelation, we will worship him as he walked on earth yesterday and not as he reigns in heaven today. End quote. My prayer for myself, my prayer for you, as we go through the book of Revelation is that our vision of Jesus would be expanded and that we would see him face to face as the reigning King of Kings. John was about 90 years old when he was exiled to Patmos, yet God had a word for him. God wasn't finished with him. And that's encouraging, isn't it? That we're never too old for God to reveal new things about himself. There's always more. The irony is that Caesar Domitian banished John because he preached that Jesus is Lord rather than worshipping Caesar. Caesar wanted to be worshipped as Lord. The unveiling of Jesus in all his glory and majesty and splendour reveals him as the only one to worship. And through John's writing, now everyone else can know that too. Do you know the real Jesus?